Hi there, my name is Frank Kolf. I'm the Commercial Director for Cruden, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about our professional motion simulators for engineers and for racing drivers. Now, we sell these simulators into various markets: the automotive market, the motorsports market, research institutes, universities, and also the entertainment market. And what I'd like to show you is why we develop everything in-house. So the motion base, the hardware, the software, which means the motion cueing algorithms, the operator software, the image generation, as well as all our vehicle dynamics and tire models. So follow me and I'll show you more. The first thing I want to talk about is a little bit about the hardware and software we developed. As I mentioned, we develop all the motion base in-house. So we're talking about the motors, the actuators, and all the motion control algorithms inside the motion cabinet. This is very, very important to achieve a very high bandwidth. Now, the output of vehicle dynamics models of our customers usually range like the 17, 18 hertz mark, and our system, this system here, does a bit over 20, but we can custom design them up to 30 or 40 hertz if necessary. And that is very, very important to have this high bandwidth to be able to achieve the feedback you need for professional simulators. The motion base is completely designed by us in-house, and there's a very good reason to do that. The combination of hardware and software is important to reach a very high fidelity that we need to give feedback to the drivers driving the simulators. The actuators you see, which are clearly industrial grade, are for 80–90% developed and designed by us, as well as the motors and the whole motion cabinet. Inside the motion cabinet we have the computers running the motion control algorithms, which are again an essential part of the whole system. A good mechanical system with a not so good control system is not very helpful, but if you have an ace control system with not good enough hardware, there's no way you're going to achieve the bandwidth that is necessary to give the feedback to the drivers. And this is really essential because there's a lot of systems out there that give you some kind of movement, but to get the actual fidelity of going to a system that has more than 20 hertz is something that can only be done with this kind of equipment. The motion cabinet also houses the motion control computer, which is an essential part of the system. In that, our motion control algorithms run, in which we have more than 20 years experience, and they're so critical to the system because to make the brain understand what you're trying to do is important. Your whole vestibular system, your audio, your visuals, all that goes into your brain, and to know how to move the system to get the right feedback is very, very difficult, but as a trait we master. So the next thing I want to talk about is about vehicle modeling. Now, there's two ways of doing that. We can either use our internal model, which is a 16-degree freedom model where we design a whole car. It's pretty detailed and very good for lower level motorsports or entertainment or private use. It's a model where you can change everything on the fly. We've developed a setup tool which allows you to change sliders for engine parameters, for tire parameters, for chassis, for suspension, all that stuff. And on the other hand, we have an interface tool that can integrate almost any vehicle dynamics package, such as Car Sim, such as VDyna, such as IPG Car Maker, and we run that through our MATLAB Simulink suite. And the reason we do this interface is because where we can do our model and help customers work with our model, the OEMs, the Formula 1 teams, GP2 teams, they have their own models. They have many engineers working on that, and they don't want to import that into our model. What they want is their model to run real time in our computers. So I want to talk a little bit about the display side of things. We make our own 42-inch displays, but we can also use projectors on a 180-degree curved screen. But more importantly so, we have our own image generation. And that is important because we can do many things that we programmed in it, such as image blending, warping for the large screens, and have an array of possibilities to customize things depending on our customers' wishes. So besides all the standard simulators we make a great deal of bespoke ones. This can range from a passenger car layout with a complete canopy on top, as well as a full rally car on top of a motion base, or a passenger car on top. We have systems that are for professional motorsports, which have 5 screens and a canopy, a real tub. And we've recently developed a dragster start application, which is very useful, knowing that almost each start in dragster racing means an engine rebuild. It's good, you can now practice that on a simulator. Finally, we've been doing this for the past 20 years, and we're speaking to automotive and motorsport customers every day of the week all over the world. And we're committed to staying on top of our game so you can stay on top of yours.